Good morning, everybody. I'm here at the Extra Car parking in Seattle, and I am dropping my car off because for the next 3 days, I will be in Juneau, Alaska. This will be my 42nd state of the 50, and I'll be there for about 3 days. Now, I was just looking at the forecast, and it looks like we're gonna have rain for 3 days straight. Almost 100% chance on all 3 days. So it's gonna be very, very interesting how those days are gonna go down. I plan on bringing my tent, my sleeping pad, and a few other necessities, but I'm not totally sure how those items are gonna fare for me in Juneau, Alaska. But I'm gonna finish making my final preparations before I leave the truck. And we'll wait for the shuttle and we'll go. Before I leave and get on the bus to take me to the airport, I've gone ahead and cleaned some things out. Just in case somebody does happen to take a look inside, they're not gonna see much of anything. All of my windows have their screens on them, even the back one. So things are locked up and looking pretty good. My bags are ready. I can show you right here. It's a beautiful day here in Seattle, and I'll be boarding the plane in about an hour and a half, so I'll catch this next bus and we'll be at the airport in no time. Boarding pass for you now. There she is. Let's go. It's 6:54 a.m. and my flight to Juneau boards in about 15 minutes. I'm just hanging out here in the airport, and I might buy some food before getting on the flight. They just made an announcement that they are not serving anything on the flight, so if I want food, I'm gonna have to buy it now. But we'll be boarding here in no time, and Alaska is the next stop. I have about a 2-hour and 30-minute flight to Juneau, Alaska, and I believe I have a window seat, so should be a short, quick flight. Officially on board and ready to take off. Got a full row of seats, and right next to the window, Alaska, here we come.
Right, but they're not going to be using something like what we do. We have to find either Arizona or we send them there. Come up with as far as the prohibition thing to our front process. Before we have to do it, we want to do it. But okay, now we don't just rules under the
I've landed here in Alaska just a few minutes ago. Already some beautiful landscapes just beyond the parking lots. But as you can see here, I've gone ahead and checked the weather, and it looks like we have a 90% chance of rain for the next 3 days. And this right here is all I have with me. Just a backpack and this bag. But as you can see here on the screen right now, I've looked for the quickest and most efficient walking path to get myself from the airport here in Juneau to Mendenhall Campgrounds, which I believe is about 5.5 miles away. So I'm gonna begin the walk now, and we'll be there in no time and start getting our shelter set up for the next 2 nights. As you can see right here, I'm about 1.5 miles away from Mendenhall Campground. I've traveled about 3.5 miles or so from the airport, and you might be able to hear some rushing water in the distance. That's Mendenhall River. And just over yonder, behind all these trees, you can actually see a mountain there. My campsite is somewhere over there, so we got about 1.5 miles left, and we'll be at the campsite. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be doing for the next 2 days, but I have a book. I actually just passed a mini library if I need to make some runs back and forth to stay occupied while reading. But we'll get to the campsite. We'll find a nice spot to set up the tent, to get some shelter. And like I said before, there's going to be a considerable amount of rain over the course of the next 2 days. So I want to make sure I'm able to stay dry. But when we get there at some point, I'll probably go ahead and talk about what I've brought with me. in this bag here. And of course, this hiking situation is not ideal with this strap around the neck and a mini backpack. Ideally, I'd have a nice camping pack, but this is gonna suffice. It was only a 5-mile hike. So we'll be at the campsite in no time, and I'll break everything down for you guys. Well, I've found my way to the campsite here, and there's a bunch of information on some signs over there. There's also a bunch of firewood, and each campsite gets 6 pieces of firewood per day, so that's kind of interesting. But here we're gonna go ahead and go left here because we're looking for a tent camping site. So it looks like we got a few more minutes of walking. We'll go ahead and find a nice site, hopefully buy some water. We'll pitch the tent and we'll get settled in. As I'm walking past these campsites, I'm searching for which one will be the best for me, a good place to put my tent. Also, which site is closest to the facilities. And I also just noticed that there's a place to fill up some water here. And I forgot to fill up my water bottle at the airport, but that's all right. We have this spigot here, so I'm gonna fill up some water and we'll continue looking for the best site, and hopefully those restrooms are open. But it's looking like we're gonna get a site right around here. There's probably a better view if I go farther down the road, but we'll go ahead and find a good site here and pop the tent. Ice cold, delicious water. Wow. And I have just now learned that, well, first of all, the men's restroom is open, so that's a great sign. But I've also learned that we also have some showers right here. And I actually haven't showered in about 2 or 3 days. So that'll be nice. I don't have any shampoo or soaps. Maybe somebody else will and I could borrow some, but it's good to know that the showers are open and shower facilities at this location are closed until further notice. So never mind on everything I just said, but at least the restrooms are open. And yeah, okay, that was funny. Well, let's continue looking for the most ideal campsite. All right, everybody. Well, I've decided to go with campsite number 9. I already have my stuff down over here. Got a nice picnic table, nice fireplace. Not sure if I'm gonna make any fire. We'll talk about dinner options later. Here's a nice spot for a tent. I might put my tent there, but when I came a few minutes ago to determine which site I wanted, and when I ultimately decided site number 9, the reason why is just beyond here. Now let me walk over there and show you exactly why site number 9 is the site. So I saw this path and I walked over here. I had a feeling something like this would be here. I just didn't know. And I found it and I can't even explain. I mean, oh my God. Go ahead and show you guys. God, does not even look real. All right, everybody. Well, as you can see, I've decided to put many layers on. I've decided to throw some pants on, and it started raining as well. So not only was it super cold, but the rain has started to fall. And right here is a bear box or whatever, one of these things. So I've gone ahead and thrown my stuff under there. But before I touch that stuff, I want to show you where I'm going to put my tent. I've decided to put it down by the water, which I'm very, very excited about. An absolutely stunning view, which you really can't find most places, especially a view like this. So let me show you one more time, then we'll grab the tent and start setting it up. Wow. So this is the view. So I've gone ahead and tried to level out some of the sand here, moved the majority of the rocks out of the way. And the tent is, you know, a little bit too big for this area right here, but it should do. We'll make it work. And you can't beat that right there. Unbelievable. All right, inside of here, I have my tent and sleeping pad. So we'll get the tent set up first, then we'll get the sleeping pad and everything else inside after the rain fly is up. Let's get to it. Wow. 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 And that is set up exquisitely. And look at all the droplets running off. That's exactly what we want. We have our vent cracked here so we get some airflow. All of these central parts are tightened out. So all that water is gonna flow right off the sides. Like you can see it. You can see them all moving. It's flowing right off the side and down. And up in front here, we have the front the same way. So we have a nice little spot to put our stuff. And there you have it. All right, friends, well, as you can see, the tent is set up, and this is our view from inside. I just got back from Domino's and a convenience store. Got a nice Charleston chew here. I'm gonna eat some food and probably call it a night. Might get some light reading or writing in before sleep. But this is the view we're going to bed with and the view we're gonna wake up to. See everybody in the morning. Good morning, everybody. You probably can't hear any rain belting off of the side of the tent, and that's because right now there is none. But this night, or last night I should say, the rain simply did not stop, which was absolutely gorgeous. But with a combination of the temperature and my preparedness for this situation, it definitely did not make for the most enjoyable or comfortable night of sleep. I'm using this tarp that I have here as my sleeping bag, and I probably got below the 40s last night, so definitely not an ideal situation. I do have a nice winter jacket, but definitely not ideal. So let's go ahead and open up the tent and we'll see what we're looking at. Before I get up, I'll just go ahead and show you a few of the things that I've done to increase my comfortability for last night's sleep. I took all my clothes for the next 2 days and I just put them all in the same bag to use as a pillow. Like I said before, I used a tarp and I just folded it over, and that's what gave me at least the feel of a blanket. And in terms of comfortability, that's pretty much about it. Oh, I forgot about this one. So I don't know if you guys remember, but the path down to the water, which is in front of me, basically ran right here. and that was all sand. And so with the combination of the sand and this mat right here, it did allow for a fairly soft place to lie while I slept. So beyond those few benefits and things that were comfortable, the cold and the lack of a sleeping bag really had an impact and took its toll over the course of the midnight hours. But let's go ahead and pop this tent. I've been waiting for this view for a while. Oh, we'll get a always nice cool drink of water. One of the simple pleasures in life. Well, the fog is definitely taking over some of that sight, to say the least, but we do have some nice beach and water. Okay, I'm so cold, so the first thing I'm gonna do this morning is just go for a walk. Probably the best thing that you can do for yourself if you're trying to increase your body temperature is to just go for a walk, get your body moving. But here we are this morning. All right, friends, well, I've just gotten back from my first walk here, and things have started to clear up a bit. I'm showing you from the inside of the tent here. It's definitely not as clear as it was when I got here yesterday, but definitely more clear. And I don't really want to stop moving, so I think I'm just gonna continue to walk again, keep that blood flowing for as long as I can, and maybe the sun will come out, and maybe this view will clear up a bit, but looks good for now, and just a beautiful day. All right, friends, well, I'm back here at the tent, and the rain has pretty much stopped completely. A little bit of a drizzle, but nothing compared to what's been going on for the last many hours. There's really not too much going on over here. I'm just doing a little bit of reading, a little bit of writing, and just enjoying the view. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I'm actually about to take down the tent. So I'm gonna take down the tent, continue to enjoy the view for the rest of the day, and spend the rest of my time in Alaska the best way I know how. All right, friends, well, that's gonna wrap it up for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.